could be the last map here if Thorzain takes the win. Will Polt be able to pull it back? Guess we're going to have to find out now.
Yeah, let's find out right away. The map is loaded. Let's introduce our players.
And in the bottom left here, one game away, one map away from victory. Are we going to have a Swede champion in Stockholm? The one, the only, Miles Sports Thorzain. Remaining Korean entering the bracket stage. There were three, now only one. Carrying the hopes of career in this tournament, it is TSL Polt.
Player very well known for his bio, his micro. He's a Warcraft 3 player. He used to play for fun. He was a casual player. Decided to get into StarCraft 2 when he qualified for the GSL Open season. That's when he decided, you know what, I think I might be able to make a career out of this. And so far, he's done a pretty good job.
He had a rocky 2011. The GSL Super Tournament was the biggest feat for him there. And since then, he was actually still semi-pro at that point in time, remember. He did leave school, or not really leave school, but take a year out most recently, and that's when we've seen those results flurry from Polt, who is actually opening up with Refinery, first once again here. And on this map again, Banshees are pretty damn good, especially because you have that coin flip situation of, am I going to be close by air? Am I get close by air? Of course, it helps out all that much more.
Yeah, it definitely does, and that's the way that the cards have fallen here for Polt. And, you know, this is a good map to do this on because his normal expansion builds, his bio play that he goes into, is going to be pretty tough to execute against Thorzain on this map. So I like how he's trying to get ahead from the start with this gas first opener.
And Thorzain is going to be going for one barracks expansion here. It's very easy to hold on to this map. And to the command center on the natural here, just a single bunker. You can 1-1-1 was to come. It's a lot easier to repair and to hold on to compared to a map like Antigua Shipyard. Thorzain enters the base and will be able to go and check the gas here immediately.
Yeah.
Does see Refinery first and already knows exactly what he needs to do here. And that's going to be to take these refineries, to be honest, is the best decision because you're going to be able to go immediately up to the factory. You can actually get your own factory out. You can get them starport out, Vikings, and going back barracks is still possible, but it is a little bit more.
Get that Viking out. If you don't get the Viking out, especially at these positions close by air, it's going to be extremely difficult to hold off that Banshee.
And we saw how difficult it was for Thorzain, even with 4 barracks in that previous map. And he hasn't taken the gases yet here, so let's see, is he going to save up and throw down additional barracks here? And then he's actually going to go for additional barracks, so he is actually just going to go toe-to-toe and say, all right, I'm going to try and take on this Banshee control once again with those Marines. May decide to go 3rd barracks, we'll have to find out. Meanwhile, Polt, there is the starport coming down, and we actually see Hellions. We do not see the 2nd refinery coming down.
Yeah,
and what we are going to be seeing is that drop, man, that inevitable drop.
That drop is so difficult to defend. It is going to be better, though, for Thorzain to have this many Marines rather than going for that Viking. So that's one thing to note here.
Yeah.
And the Hellion production has started. Again, if Thorzain does not defend this, it's going to be almost impossible to come back. This drop is so...
Does defend it, he's going to be in the best situation ever, and to be honest, this still is going to be very difficult considering there's a medevac. The Marines are going to have healing, and then there's the Hellions as well doing the splash damage. So the bunker is coming down on the natural. Thorzain's still clueless to what's coming down, and hold on a minute. Did he not see the gas?
He didn't see the gas.
He did see the SUVs, okay.
Yeah. But also consider
like,
that he saw the late barracks, so that's going to also tell him what's up.
A bit tired over here, man. It's been a long day.
Totally fine. Don't worry, man. You know, Thorzain may be tired. He may have missed it, but I think he's very aware of what's going on. I'm a little bit surprised he's not positioned his Marines toward the other side, but rather making a bunker at the front. He has to be prepared for the Hellions to go in the front, so I like the bunker at the front, and I like this especially. Leaves just 1 Marine in the bunker, and now he's going to keep his Marines in the main base.
All right, so he sees the Hellions. Now he knows that it's not going to be a Banshee play. He knows this could be a multiple-pronged attack, and he already has split up his Marines, has a natural.
We're going to see some elevator plays, just going to avoid that bunker in general, dropping the Marines down into the depot right now.
And he evacuates immediately here and is ready to take this. Hellions are currently inside the medevac, and he's going to go in, but this is still pretty difficult. He has a nice spread. Hellions trying to get position. No.
Oh, wow, nice shutdown by Thorzain. Will he get the medevac? No, the medevac gets out too soon. He does not have stim. Of course, no even tech labs on this, but like I mentioned earlier, the 4 barracks is the best possible scenario for Thorzain against
the bunker, and he is going to get in just in the nick of time, and again, Polt is shut down, and this is looking ever so good for Thorzain to take this championship here in Stockholm, though it's not over yet. Command center coming down for Polt. Maybe we'll try a different angle once again.
Yeah, he has no tech follow-up, though, to this. He's not taken any additional gases. He's not getting, any add-ons for his production facilities. Okay, double expand. I really like this by Polt. He has to do something like this because he knows he is really behind it.
I can show you how far behind he is. 37 SCVs compared to 26. Income almost double here, and he's looking for a different angle in, but Thorzain's
I'm not sure
already
about
ready.
this. Thorzain may be able to take out this medevac this time. Just barely will get away. Such a risky move by Polt. He's taking every risk he can. He knows that's how behind he is. It's a very uncomfortable position to play in when you're 1 game away from losing a finals.
And he knows he's in a comfortable position now. Throws down through reactors. Does not need any more units out to defend against this. Combat shields on the way, and Stim will shortly follow. And medevac soon to follow this.
Yeah, I think
this is so good.
Polt is in trouble because even if he gets that double command center up, what Thorzain's going to start to do is multi-prong attacks with those medevacs, with those upgraded Marines. He's going to do what you do often in TVP. He's going to harass at the natural. He's going to have 1 drop in the main. It's going to be very difficult for Polt to defend because he doesn't have a lot of units, and his tech is a little bit lacking here.
And I guess you can compare this situation to how Thorzain was playing against Stockholm on Daybreak. You know, he was in amazing position. Siege mode is not done.
Oh, no, it's not. He's just stutter step microing forward here. Polt in a lot of trouble. He's losing add-ons. The SCVs are being pulled. Thorzain taking them out 1 by 1.
Is he going to? Well, actually, nice position there. The Marines are going to hold on for a while, but he's already behind. And look at his 24 SCVs versus 56. He does hold on. But once again, Thorzain in an amazing position. Polt can easily, once down, go to expand. The follow-up from this is going to get even more intense. Look at this.
Look at
3rd command center. He is not going to let go of this game here, and he is grabbing it by the throat.
Double drops here will be spotted by this Viking, but will he be able to defend them? It's going to be pretty tough. Looks like he's going to go ahead and unload, trying to take out this Viking to save the medevac.
Oh my god, the medevac does go down, and not too much of a loss there by Thorzain. He has a lot of room to actually move around within this game here. And we do see +1 armor battle finish. Stim is finished by Thorzain. If he only had actually had Stim in that 1 battle, he actually would have won the game there. And then looking for an angle in here. Thorzain, though,
he's
another
looking
drop.
I mean, he is just looking so strong. I mean, look at the supply, 118 to 64. There is a 3rd command center coming down for Thorzain a little bit late, but his production here is phenomenal. Since he's so ahead in army supply, it doesn't matter if he doesn't have that 3rd command center up. Polt is using that 3rd command center only to rebuild his terrible SCV count right now.
59 army supply versus 33, 38 SCVs versus 59 upgrades. He stims and runs cross, but at the same time, Thorzain drops on the other side of the base, and Thorzain is just spreading Polt way too thin. More SCVs are going to go down here. 15 so far in the game. 20, 22, 25. Thorzain is just getting further and further ahead in this game as he takes his 3rd base.
Yeah, he's looking basically he's undefeatable here. I don't think that Polt has any options. He's trying to do what he can. He has a very strong siege tank defense at the front. But the positioning here for Polt is really nice. He's actually engaging this really cost effectively. This is exactly what he needs to try to edge his way back in here. But Thorzain does not lose the majority of his units. He saves them, playing very cautiously there. But Polt is narrowing the gap of supply a little bit here. He has 4 siege tanks, or 5 siege tanks to 4 though, and Thorzain does have that very important 3rd base.
Yeah, it's so important. Even though Polt has his 3rd command center, it's not saturating. Look at the income now, shooting up to 2,300 and just 1,500. And upgrades are still kind of equal. We do have +1 vehicles actually there going down for Polt. And he's still in this game, man. 102 supply, sorry, 145 for Thorzain.
Yep, I mean, Polt can still win this game if Thorzain makes a lot of mistakes. If he runs into siege tanks, he botches his control, or messes up with drops, Polt can fight his way in here. But this is the Spoon Town we're talking about, man. He's going to play safe defensively. He's going to get a 4th base probably very soon. And
he scans, sees the army, just checking it. Sees a lot of medevacs on the side. He has to be a little bit careful. Raining down onto that command center. Has to lift up. Marine just checking, making sure there is not a hidden command center. Really doesn't want to lose that.
Yeah, that's very, very important because that's the only way, basically, that Thorzain could lose if he was caught off guard by that. Notice that Polt is slowly moving his tanks forward, and this is what I'm talking about. He's going to get some free Marines here. He's got to do little stuff like this to edge his way back into it if he wants to have any chance of beating Thorzain right now.
Yeah, this tank gonna
actually really nice, patient moving forward by Polt.
But look at the supply count. With this third base now, 173 versus 115. 66 SPGs versus 54, but the army supply 107 versus 61. A big difference here for Thorzain, who's setting up an amazing containment here, which is going to be so unbreakable and is actually forcing Polt to go around and drop. But there's turrets, there's a sensor tower, there's Marines.
Yeah, how is he going to be able to make that drop work? It's just simply will not. The contain here...
Down onto the low ground by this third base, though, and do a bit of damage, and Thorzain... Ooh, he doesn't go down there. Oh, there is a tank on the higher ground to actually protect that, though.
I really like how Polt is posturing with these. I think he has no intention of actually dropping. He just wants to pull some of Thorzain's units back so he can break out of this contain. He needs a third base. He's going to go over here and go for a flank.
He's trying to break it. He's going to try and break it. Will he be able to, though? That is the question. It's such an amazing line here by Thorzain, who's working on 3-3 upgrades. How is Polt still keeping up with these upgrades and also the Army 3? Thorzain trying to seal the deal with a 4th command center as well, as his main base is almost mined out. But so is Polt's, and Polt's natural not too far either there, as we can see the mineral count dipping below 500 on the mineral line.
Yeah, this is basically, Polt's going to get maxed out. He's going to have a similar army with similar upgrades. He's going to have one chance to break this and then go for a counterattack. I don't think he's going to try to break it before he's maxed. It looks like he's considering doing a drop on top of these siege tanks. I don't think that would be the best choice considering how many Marines are there to buffer, and Thorzain coming with a reinforcements. It's going to be basically impossible for Polt to break this.
It's very tense right now here. 200 supply versus 164 for Polt. Thorzain just has an amazing spread here. Medevac trying to get some sight range, and these
this
units,
is not good for Polt. He's getting trapped here.
And he's going to have to evacuate, and these Marines actually getting targeted down, and that lowers the supply count once again, 107 versus 131, and this contain is unbreakable, and if Thorzain's going to win in any style, it's definitely going to be with the spoon.
Efficient and safe here. He's got that 4th base up. As you mentioned, he's dropping a ton of mules there. It's even a planetary in case it gets dropped or some sort of crazy occurrence happens. Looks like Polt may be trying to break here. His tanks move a little bit too far forward. He baits some of Thorzain's Marines in, but it's just not enough.
Oh man, we're about to have almost a suicide attack from Polt, who's getting frustrated. He's
pulling the SCVs.
Uh-oh, this is it.
If
he manages to crush this, he will be the champion. Is Thorzain gonna be your champion? We're about to find out. Polt's gonna go for it.
There's not enough. He does not have enough, not even with his 3-3 upgrades. He does break this, but there's just so many reinforcements out there for Thorzain. He has not broken this cost efficiently enough.
Look at this, 76 army supply, but let's have a look at the income. 2,600 for Thorzain. Even though he just manages to break it down, he unsieges and about to jump out with everything else, but Thorzain doesn't want to overextend himself a little bit, actually too much here.
Yeah, he's going to take out this command center, though.
And be able to go the distance here, but no. He has so many barracks.
Polt is forced, yeah, he has so many barracks indeed. Polt is forced to move his orbital actually from his main base down to that 3rd base location, and if Thorzain kills that one, then he's going to be out of luck. He's not going to have any
Marines at a time here, Wolf. That's such a sick production.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Polt, I can't believe he's still in this game. I really cannot believe it. He lost so many SCVs throughout this game, 46, and he's managed to set up position on, though he's once again fighting from behind. 86 supply versus 170, and the spoon keeps on tapping.
It keeps on tapping against this very resilient Polt. Look at his siege tank spread. It's actually really nice here. The siege tank count is 7-7, but 60 Marines to 15. That's a 4-to-1 ratio, and there are just so many Marines coming out at a time for Thorzain here.
And he's about to do what I was looking at. He's about to jump right into the main with almost everything while holding a pretty solid line
in his hands here. If he can just win this game, he'll tie it up, but I just don't see any way of him doing it.
And Thorzain has another base on the left-hand side, by the way.
Yeah, he has so many bases around the map, and here comes the doom drop. There is a turret in place and some of Polt's Marines, but it's just not going to be enough.
The medevac is not going to go down, and he gets them inside, and equally a drop coming in here, but with the Thor and the extra Marines here, I think that he's going to be able to push this down.
Tears it apart, the Thor doing so much extra damage. Meanwhile, a huge force going to the natural Polt. He's going to tear it apart. GG! Thorzain is our champion!
He's done it, ladies and gentlemen.